Tzu Chi volunteers brought warmth to fire-affected residents in Mozambique. Tzu Chi Foundation and Red Cross work together, helping people of Haiti. Welcome to DaAi Headlines, I'm Hu Chiao. Glad to have you here. In Mozambique, Maputo, a fire hazard broke out in a community as 22 homes burned down, leaving 48 people homeless. After media reports, Tzu Chi volunteers immediately arrived at the scene, bringing in blankets, secondhand clothing, and mosquito nets. Volunteers also made hot food for locals while promoting the importance of vegetarianism.
They lost everything. It's heartbreaking. We took a look at this area. There's only smoke and house remains left.
Due to an electrical fire and a late arrival of firefighters, 22 households were completely burned down by the fire.
I hope someone will help us to build a house, and some children have nothing to eat.
Tzu Chi's location in Mozambique is just 14 kilometers away from the fire. Volunteers arrived at the scene to evaluate the damages and started rescue efforts. In collaboration with other rescue groups, community residents are being taken care of by kind people, especially blankets from Taiwan. These blankets have brought warmth to fire-affected residents as it is cold in the night. I feel very happy and rest assured because I know many people are caring for me, reducing my pain. Community residents are mostly placed in schools for shelter, though there is enough rice. There's a lack of vegetables, thus Great Love Farm vegetables were very popular.
Vegetarians, even at the age of 60, can walk fast. It's because they're healthy.
While volunteers promoted vegetarianism, they also promoted things to aphorisms: be willing to do, be happy to bear to locals.
For example, I'm here to distribute. I'm happy from my heart. I won't complain in my heart why I give blankets to others, but I don't.
Unlike other organizations, Tzu Chi brought supplies and talked to locals, bringing a smile onto fire-affected residents.
I'm grateful for Tzu Chi's help and hope that this help will continue and don't forget us.
In Chile, the pandemic is still serious, and Tzu Chi volunteers continue to distribute aid supplies to low-income families and solitary seniors. The recipients expressed their gratitude to the volunteers. Let's join them there. Female students who are volunteering for the day have lined up to deliver the aid supplies to the school. Due to the pandemic, people in Chile have not been able to enjoy spring. Tzu Chi's relief work is helping hundreds of families.
We've been living in Chile for 6 years. There are many members in our family, and we really need the help.
I thought that they were just giving us a little supplies. I did not expect to receive 2 large bags of food. It is really great. I want to thank the female students who have come to serve us. I also appreciate Tzu Chi Foundation and volunteers.
The 8 recipients have received hands full of aid supplies. They've also donated changes into the coin bank.
All the volunteers got up at 5 this morning, and we came at 7 o'clock. We loaded the supplies onto the truck and took off at 7:30. Today is a very busy day.
Volunteers know that they're doing their share to help the needy.
We mainly distribute supplies to solitary seniors. Many people lost their jobs under the pandemic, and they do not have social welfare resources.
Volunteers have given out aid supplies that come with their best wishes, hoping that their residents can get through the tough times. In Indonesia, 3 years ago, a massive earthquake devastated Palu. In the aftermath of the earthquake, affected residents have been staying at prefabricated houses. Tzu Chi has helped build Great Love 1 and Great Love 2 villages, with a total of 2,000 houses for them. The earthquake-affected residents have gradually moved into Great Love villages. Due to the pandemic, the inauguration of Great Love villages have been delayed until early September.
In the aftermath of the massive earthquake in 2018, the volunteers must continue to move forward. The 1,500 families in Great Love Village 1 and 500 families in Great Love Village 2 are ready to start their new lives.
Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter has taken actions to practice the spirit of great love.
1.500 unit rumah cinta kasih yang dilengkapi.
They have built 1,500 houses, school and multifunction buildings so that the residents can conduct different activities. I believe that with Great Love Village, the lives of the villagers will definitely improve.
Kehadiran perumahan cinta kasih ini
Paulo Great Love School has 52 classrooms, library, labs, and outdoor soccer field. The Indonesian military commander-in-chief, Central Sulawesi governor, entrepreneur representatives, and city volunteers have come to witness the inauguration of Great Love Villages.
We have helped the earthquake-affected residents to settle down and live with peace of mind. This way, they can go out to work and support their families, feeling at ease.
There's a living room, 2 bedrooms, and 1 bathroom in each house. The residents who are staying at the prefabricated houses will move in Great Love Village once their qualification has been approved.
On Singapore's National Day, a special carnival was held for foreign workers. Approximately 250 workers visited during the day. The event implemented strict epidemic prevention measures. Tzu Chi Singapore was proud to be a partner with Tzu Ching's, as they also served as volunteers in a number of fun activities.
The bus takes these foreign workers to this recreation center. Before entering, they must be screened to prevent the spread of the pandemic, which coincides with Singapore's National Day. Everyone was invited to participate in this special carnival, which is a rare chance to get out of the dormitory and away from online activities.
I think it's really important to include them in our celebrations so that they don't feel a sense of belonging, a sense of ownership in Singapore. I think we just want to remind them that they're wanted and they're needed here, and we really appreciate them.
Their feelings of mental health are being recognized. The thing that they miss the most is to actually mix with their own friends, physically meet their friends from other dormitories, which they haven't done for more than a year. So this event actually gives them an opportunity and space to do it safely, to make these activities happen. Like the Pilates done by Tzu Chi is very excellent, and the painting by numbers and different celebrations is very important. It gives them a space to come together and enjoy themselves.
The event is organized by NGOs. There are 10 booths on site, including Tzu Chi Singapore, which hosted a variety of activities.
I enjoy here, make the floor very nice. Then this have a game.
Yeah, now I'm coming very happy. Mind also relaxed ready.
Pandemic time, government rules follow. Only workplace come the work finish and come the room. Today all men see feelings are many good.
A lunch box was packed in an environmentally friendly package, which was a gift from Tzu Chi Singapore, who took this opportunity to promote reusable items to these foreign workers.
Ever since pandemic broke out in Indonesia, Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter has been continuously donating COVID prevention supplies to multiple hospitals. There are also multiple relief plans set for citizens in need. Local enterprises joined in on the bandwagon to do good deeds as they donate funds to Tzu Chi, hoping to give back to society.
During the pandemic, the government works hard to prevent the pandemic as Tzu Chi's and enterprises support this effort. FP Group in Indonesia decided to donate funds to Tzu Chi Indonesia chapter.
Yang pasti kenapa kita milih Tzu Chi karena satu ya.
Why do we choose Tzu Chi for our charity funds? It's because we saw Tzu Chi's good deeds through social media. They also have transparent financial income and expenditure. Tzu Chi is also very eager in doing good deeds. They are at the front lines of every disaster.
Atau hal lain lah yang butuh pertolongan, kita bisa lihat Tzu Chi itu langsung bergerak gitu kan.
With the heart of giving back to society, a palm oil company joined in for the second time, working with Tzu Chi to help the needy.
Last year, we also donated Tzu Chi, so we actually know Tzu Chi very well. Tzu Chi has been doing charity work well. So this year, we are willing to work with them again.
Jadi saya rasa bukan masalah donasinya, tapi
I think our relationship with enterprises shouldn't stop at donations. It should be built on long-term partnerships. This fulfills the goal of enterprises giving back to society. Also helps impoverished people.
Jadi ladang berkah bagi kita semua.
As enterprises give back to society, Tzu Chi comes in as a middleman, bringing charity work to people in need.
In mid-August, a massive earthquake struck Haiti. The Taiwan government, Tzu Chi Foundation, and Red Cross have worked together to air transport aid supplies to Haiti. A handover ceremony was held at Tzu Chi Haiti grounds. The Prime Minister of Haiti attended the ceremony to express his gratitude to Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi volunteers will personally head to disaster areas to deliver the aid supplies to earthquake-affected residents.
The handover ceremony is held at Tzu Chi grounds. The Prime Minister of Haiti, Ariel Henry, and the Ambassador of Taiwan to Haiti have come to attend the ceremony.
As a foreign diplomat, we do not have the rights to choose our battlefield. Although there are challenges in this environment, we still uphold our belief and carry out the mission given by our country. We have also felt for the people in Haiti for the disaster and suffering they have been through. On behalf of the Haitian government, I want to salute the international friends for providing the much-needed care and assistance. Without them, it would be difficult to come and quickly help those earthquake survivors. Haiti and Taiwan have a long relationship. We have been working together for 65 years, and it's when you're in pain, you will be able to recognize real friends.
Massive earthquake struck Haiti in mid-August. Tzu Chi Foundation and Red Cross in Taiwan have donated 25 tons of aid supplies, which were air transported to the capital, Port-au-Prince.
In times of emergency, Tzu Chi volunteers usually work in the front line. In Haiti, Tzu Chi's disaster relief work has earned the trust of many local people. It has also helped the embassy, which is a very positive force.
Most urgent needs, such as food, first aid, and temporary shelters, and more. And now, our large-scale disaster relief distribution will begin tomorrow.
With the help of local volunteers, the aid supplies from Taiwan will be delivered to the earthquake-affected residents, bringing them love and hope.
In Selangor, Malaysia, a clinic in Klang has become a vaccination center. As a result, the medical workers are overloaded with work. To encourage them, Tzu Chi volunteers have arranged a mobile diner, providing free vegetarian lunches to medical workers and members of the public. By doing this, volunteers hope more people will enjoy the benefits of vegetarianism.
In Selangor, this clinic in Klang has become a vaccination station since June. Tzu Chi volunteers have come to help serve the residents.
Our staff are quite busy after the COVID itself, okay, from the beginning, because we are some of them have to go to COVID assessment center, some have to be for the vaccine.
To encourage the frontline workers, volunteers have arranged mobile diner delivering hot vegetarian food. The residents who come to get vaccinated are mostly Malays and Indians.
We try to cook food that tailors to the Malay taste. We decide on the food depending on the public's preference.
Considering the eating habits of Muslims, Malay residents have also helped out with cooking the food.
Jangan takut, jangan was-was. 100%. Akak sendiri pun makan ni juga.
We help cook for Malays, since many of them have never tried our vegetarian food. We let them know that we serve halal food, which is vegetarian.
Volunteers hope more people will enjoy the good taste and benefits of vegetarianism, and they also want to support the medical workers.
In Taiwan, Tzu Chi Care recipient Alian is a 59-year-old Indonesian immigrant. She is mildly mentally challenged. Her husband passed away many years ago, and her son is not by her side. Therefore, she lives by herself in Taoyuan. Recently, volunteers noticed that her body seemed crooked while walking. It turned out that she fell at home. Fortunately, volunteers cared for her and brought her assistive devices.
She has gotten married and moved to Taiwan for 20-some years. Her mother-in-law and husband passed away, and her son was brought to Jinmen by his grand-aunt. So she lives by herself now. By the end of year 2015, her neighbors have discovered that she was not eating regularly. They were worried about her. When we came to care for her, we discovered that she often talked to herself at home. To motivate her, we invited her to volunteer at a recycling station. Up to now, she has been going there from Monday through Saturday.
In August, volunteers have noticed that Alian's body seemed to be crooked when she walked. It turned out that she fell at home. Volunteers reported her case to the Health Bureau, and Tzu Chi's Long-Term Care Institute has helped care for her. Volunteers have delivered electric bed, body chair, and wheelchair and given her advice.
When I have time, I'll come back to visit her. For several years, Tzu Chi brothers and sisters have been caring for her. She seems to communicate better with you guys.
Through the care of volunteers, Alian has opened up her closed mind. She's leading a simple life and also volunteering at the recycling station. In Dace District, Kaohsiung, there's a grandfather and grandson pair who lack online learning devices. Upon learning of their situation, Tzu Chi volunteers brought them brand new laptops and went to their home to give them instructions. The grandpa is learning with the grandson, hoping that his grandson can catch up to his studies.
The diligent child helps pull chairs, asking the volunteers to sit down. Volunteers that brought a brand new laptop he has been looking forward to. On the desktop of the laptop, there's a Jingsi aphorism that comes with best wishes.
The water must keep dripping on the large stone before it is able to drill a hole, so we must have endurance.
With perseverance, one can turn his life around. The grandpa who attends classes with his grandson is also learning to use the laptop. During the last semester, the grandson attended online courses using a tablet, and oftentimes he could not open some software.
We had to use a tablet, and when it could not function, the problem was serious. I thought we will solve the problem later. Now that Tzu Chi is helping us, I'm so happy.
As volunteer brought help, the grandpa's problem is solved. The father's son pair is the same. Before getting the new laptop, the father has set rules.
He is not allowed to download any games. This is to be used for study.
The father has promised to use the laptop for studies so that the students can pursue an education without worries.
On May 19, 2021, Taiwan entered a nationwide Level 3 alert with strict border control measures and social distancing. Perhaps the most affected are those dependent upon medical care, such as 25-year-old Xiao Chun, who is battling blood cancer. Doctors and family members have not given up on her, as many hope Xiao Chun has a chance of rebirth.
On May 19, 2021, it was announced that Taiwan had entered a Level 3 alert, which is undoubtedly difficult for patients with blood diseases who are waiting for special treatment.
In fact, because of the pandemic, our domestic bone marrow transplant community is also calling for postponement of transplants across the country if possible. This is because of the amount of medical treatment is insufficient, and there may be fears of infecting the patient. But as you know, with blood cancer, it will not simply be waiting because of the pandemic, as cancer cells won't just stop growing.
On May 4, 2017, 25-year-old Xiao Chun had bruises on her knees for unknown reasons. She was confirmed to have blood cancer after an examination. After a transplant had reoccurred in 2020, she was admitted to the hospital again in early 2021.
Xiaochun's acute myelogenous blood cancer recurred repeatedly and was very serious, and it even invaded the brain. She finally scheduled her second transplant. If she loses this opportunity for transplant, she may have blood cancer again. The pandemic was so stressful, but it seemed critical. The transplant day was May 26, which was actually finalized 2 or 3 months ago. Previously, the last 2 or 3 months, the pandemic situation in Taiwan was very good, so I didn't expect it to be a problem. In late May, after Mother's Day, the disease started to flourish significantly, not to mention that May 26 is her transplant day, which makes her critically acute.
The second time we were in this situation, when we were going for a match and doing these things, I felt that really the heart was really hanging in the air. Even this time, the transplant on May 26, I was still very happy the day before. I'm worried though because of COVID-19 and what's the situation. I am worried about whether my marrow donor will be infected, will there be another situation. I worry about what will happen, and there was really a lot of worry.
The pandemic was heating up, and under level 3 alert, the process of extracting bone marrow was not easy.
Extracting the bone marrow is a very important task because life is in your hands. In order to rescue her, you must seize the opportunity to race against time. During the pandemic, everyone is also very worried. The pandemic is really serious. My dad is also worried about me, so he voluntarily takes me to get the marrow.
Cancer treatment is like a race against time. If you make a mistake, all your previous efforts will be wasted.
Xiaochun's blood cancer is very tricky. It's already severe and has been spreading, so you can imagine that if her transplant is delayed, the cancer cells will double in 1 day, and growth will double in 1 day. It may be dozens of times in a week. If the transplant is not started at the time, the chance of a radical cure may be lost.
He cares more about my daughter than I do. The attitude of trying to overcome this challenge is beyond your imagination. Really, he has always emphasized the risk to me. If this time my daughter can be safe, she will leave us. I think the relationship between doctors and patients is very important. Whether you have reached a certain relationship or you can trust this doctor. I think we're all very grateful. There are really no complaints, as we are all very thankful. No matter what decision the doctor makes, we're all grateful and believe in the doctor's professionalism. These doctors must have his own considerations and judgments. So I think everything makes Dr. Lee think a lot, as he has a lot of white hair.
Thank you very much for your help, allowing me to be reborn again. Thank you very much for help of the Tzu Chi team and Dr. Lee.
In Changhua County, a second-hand car dealer owner made 1,500 yolk pastries. It sold out within 5 hours at a charity sale in CCF. Furthermore, kind people joined in to donate for a good cause. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.